Good morning, everybody. Let's have a look at Bitcoin to begin with. We're doing a live stream tonight for all of those Patreon members. I've got a few new ones, so thanks for joining. If you want to join, there's links in the description below. It's a bargain. It's £7.50 a month. You get 2 live streams a week. You might as well, between now and September, it's probably the best time to actually pay attention to some of these charts. And for the price of an expensive coffee or a London pint, you might as well click on that link. Right, let's get stuck in then. So Bitcoin on the daily above all moving averages, sort of flapping around that 7 simple moving average, which is usually a really bullish area to be above. Yesterday we kind of went through it. Today we're sort of on it. I wouldn't really look at that daily as anything particularly special though. So we'll move over to the 4 hourly, where we're seeing the 50 exponential more or less holding a support and the 21 exponential more or less being the resistance. So a bit of a rock and a hard place, but as of this very moment in time, we do look like we're trying to move above it, and if we close above it, that's fine. The next line in the sand will exist around 118,600. No bull div, but slightly rounded at the bottom here. There's a fine old pullback, pretty much from where we expected it to be. That's right, it was exactly as expected. But only a 6% pullback, so if we get rejected here, fine. If we don't, then 118.6 or 700 rejection. Break from there, probably straight back up again, to be honest with you. I quite like the look of all of that. The weekly, obviously, as we all know, is bullish. XRP, 4 hourly is bullish. That's bullish. That is very bullish. The daily is bullish but overheated. 92.5 on the money flow index, and pulled back a little bit. It can definitely go on further though. That's not a 95, it's a 92. So, but I wouldn't buy it. Absolutely not. The weekly still bullish, born outside of the Bollinger Band though. So look, it wouldn't surprise me if it did pull back, but that won't stop this chart from being bullish. So we've hit the second target, about to hit the third, which basically is the previous all-time high, and then the fourth and the fifth and wherever it wants to go will be the new all-time highs between now and September. People doubted it. People could not believe the idea of it, but now they're having to accept the bitter reality of it, that they missed out. Ethereum towards the top of the Bollinger Band, with a read on the weekly of 83 towards 84. Fine, it's an appropriate place to pull back from, but it depends how bullish it is on these other time frames. Daily, no bear div, wanting to trend up. Surprisingly, still wants to move, and the 4 hourly does have bearish divergence, to which we might be looking at a third confirming in 2 hours. If it gets cancelled out though, fine, so be it. The trend is still bullish, and even when you get bearish or bullish divergence, the trend is still the main thing. These things don't mean that it has to do anything other than what it's already doing. It just means that there's a chance that it can stop, that's all. So yeah, I'll take it. Ethereum looking reasonable. Right, a bit of an overview. We'll start with the dominance chart, which is still bleeding out. Double bull div down here on the 4 hourly, so we might see a turnaround. That might just be in the form of a Bitcoin move. Yesterday's drop on the dominance chart, dramatic, wasn't it? Really, very dramatic, and exactly as expected. Next on the list, we'll see the weekly, which is now sitting at a major support, the 20 and the 21 exponential, with a horizontal in play as well. To be honest with you, that is a decent support for it to bounce from, and if it does bounce from there, fine. Do I think it's going to bounce from there? Well, to be honest, I think it will bounce from here, but I don't think it'll bounce in reverse. I think a bounce is probably required. But overall, the trend line that I've drawn in from a few weeks ago remains what I believe is to be most likely outcome for this chart. So down only for the dominance chart, similar to our Dixie chart over here, which I predicted accurately. Next on the list, not Coinbase, but that's doing pretty well. The total 2. So the total 2 brewing a move, continuing to brew a move. We're getting a conversion baseline cross on the weekly Ichimoku cloud here. Chiku span already above the cloud. We'll be waiting for this portion of the cloud to go green. Once that's happened, you've got 4 components really, including the price action above the cloud, for a weekly pump signal, which between now and September could be the one that just takes you up to wherever it needs to go before it tops out. So we ain't got it yet. This will be confirmed Monday. We'll see where this goes Monday. It might take a couple of weeks for this setup to just kick in, but when it does, Well, I mean, it doesn't have to, but that's what the signal signifies. That it's a pump signal, so I mean, it speaks for itself, doesn't it? Really. What do you think a pump signal is designed to do? Anyway, that is it for now. Like I say, if you want to join the streams, I am doing one tonight, and that is on the Patreon. So join the Patreon. Is all I'm saying. Other than that, I've got links for everything else, all in the video description. Other than that, I hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.